Antinatalism all the way. This is the answer to humanity's issues, guys. If there were less people on this planet, there would be less problems, and we would not be dealing with so much bullshit that we're dealing with. And there's no point in me listing out all the things that antinatalism would do for us, because it's just, the list goes on and on. But to me, the idea of antinatalism is far more good than bad. I mean, I don't understand what the point is in wanting to be born if you haven't been born yet, you know? If I'm not saying we should kill ourselves because life is meaningless. I'm saying that life is meaningless. So if, you know, if you're about to be born and, you know, you're a fetus and you haven't been born yet, there's no need for you to be born. You know, that's what I'm saying. You're not going to get anything out of this world by being born. You have to remember that. This world is just something we're put into against our will. And that's it, you know. This world that we're put into is just a world, you know. It's not like the world we're living in is special and, you know, we should be grateful for it and we should be happy to be here. You know, it's not like that, bro. Like, this world is not like that. This is just one world out of billions that we've been put into, and this is in the lower half of all the worlds that exist. So there are much better worlds to be in. And sadly, we're not in that world right now. And I don't know if we're not in those better worlds, and I don't know if we ever will be. But if antinatalism was practiced more often and just had so much more support, people would realize that having kids is dumb and makes no sense, and there's no point to add to humanity's struggles and problems. We're already in hell as it is. You know, life just keeps getting worse and worse, and it's never been worse than what it is right now. So why would you want to keep having kids and just continuing the cycle of pain and misery and suffering, you know? And you're passing it down onto your kids, which is terrible, you know? Your kids should be the most important people in the world to you, yet, you know, you're not giving them the love and respect they deserve. And that love and respect is by, if you want to give your kids that love and respect, you would never give birth to them. That's how you show your kids love and respect. You have to remember that, folks. Antinatalism is such a good thing, and if people believed in general that procreation was bad, then there would be less people on Earth, and life on Earth would just be so much easier. We'd have more resources. We'd have access to more resources. There would also be less violence. There would be less mental illnesses. There would be there would be less hell on Earth, basically, the less people there are, you know? It just doesn't make any sense, man. Why the fuck are 8 billion people living on this planet? That doesn't make any sense, bro. Even half of that seems like too much. And I'd understand if someone said even half of that is too much. But we need to just stop this brainwashing in society that we all do to each other, you know, that we all brainwash each other into believing that we need to have kids, and that if you don't have kids, our lives are worthless. And, you know, the point of living is to, you know, pass your genes on to someone else, or all this bullshit. You know, none of this shit is real, bro. If anything, you're supposed to keep your genes to yourself, bro. No one wants your stupid, shitty genes, man. Trust me, nobody does. You think anybody has good genes, bro? Hell no. This is why it's not good to procreate, bro. You're just creating more problems and mental illnesses and violence and rape and just so much other negativity that is going to come out of having kids, man. You having kids is really not doing you or anyone else any favors. You have to remember that. It doesn't matter that they were born. You know, sure, they might be born and people will be happy that they're born, and, you know, people are excited to see your new baby. But even if you didn't have a baby or a kid, you know, you're not going to be losing out on anything in life. You know, you're not missing out on anything if you don't have a kid, bro. Trust me. People overall, I feel like they are learning that having kids is dumb and stupid, and people are learning this, and less people are having kids and getting married overall, which is nice. I like seeing this progress in society. You know, this is one of the few things that is actually advancing in society. You know, people are realizing that marriage and, you know, getting married and having kids is dumb and doesn't make any sense. And I'm also tired of people claiming that people who support antinatalism, you know, are psychopaths or narcissists. You know, this shit is not proven at all, bro. People are just trying to gaslight you into believing that, well, you believe in and stand up for is wrong. So don't let these people tell you that it's wrong to say that it's bad to have kids. You know, you're not saying anything wrong or evil by saying that no one should have kids. That's just a viewpoint, bro. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. It's not like you're saying everyone on this planet needs to just get shot and have their heads blown off. You know, you're not saying something stupid like that, you know. You're just saying that having kids is a bad thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, a lot of people would agree with you, even though they might not admit it because they're scared. But I'll tell you right now, you know, if you believe in antinatalism, then, you know, I fully support you believing in it, and I wish more people believed in it, you know. And yeah, don't let people gaslight you and brainwash you into believing that you're a psychopath or a narcissist or a sociopath or just something like that if you support antinatalism, you know. You don't need to be a psychopath or a lunatic or a serial killer to believe in antinatalism. You just need to be logic. You just need to be clear-headed, and you need to just have some form of IQ, you know. Anybody can support antinatalism, you know, as long as they see all the pros and cons. And when they see that the cons are almost non-existent, then they'll realize that antinatalism is a good thing, and that the planet is so overpopulated and there's so many problems humanity is dealing with, and there's so many problems that we're passing on to other living creatures, and you know, such as other animals or, you know, plants and trees. You know, we're just destroying everything around us. So how is it a good thing to keep reproducing? You know, we're just destroying our own environment. And I'm not saying our environment is really that important. It's not like I'm some fucking environmentalist fucking lunatic that's always praising to recycle and save the environment and all this bullshit. I don't give a fuck about that. But I can still acknowledge that humanity is bad for the environment, you know, with all the factories and, you know, all the deforestation, you know, all the pollution, all the littering, you know. Society's going to keep getting, you know, society's going to keep bringing this planet to a lower state of existence as time goes on, and humanity will not benefit the planet as time goes on. You know, humanity is only made to benefit itself. Humanity doesn't care about animals or plants or trees for the most part. You know, people only care about other people, and I understand why, but still, you know, people in general just are stupid, and the list just goes on and on of why people are dumb, you know. It's easier to make a list of why people are dumb rather than why people are smart. And it's much easier to make a list of pros that come out of having no kids rather than that pros that come out of having kids, you know. Having kids doesn't really do any benefits for you, you know. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to make your life worse, because, I mean, obviously that's not the case, you know, because so many people have had kids, you know. And, you know, I'm not going to say they made a mistake having kids. I'm saying that the idea of procreation is stupid, and you know, just the idea of having kids is stupid. You know, I'm not saying you're dumb if you have kids, you know, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that procreation is stupid, and that just, you know, wanting to have kids is a pretty selfish desire, you know. You could be selfish in so many better ways, but instead you choose to create a life form and just make it obey you and just bow down to authority and just be a slave to everyone around them, you know. That's what happens in most cases. So this is why, that's just one of the millions of reasons why it's better to not have kids, and why antinatalism needs to be supported more and respected more and acknowledged more, you know. This shit will not be covered by mainstream media or you know, just anything mainstream, because mainstream stuff is all just bullshit, and only clowns and sheep are attracted towards mainstream ideas and beliefs and just mainstream things in general, you know. So I stay fucking far away from that bullshit, you know. I try to steer clear of, you know, all this bullshit, you know. You guys really think the news is going to talk about antinatalism? You guys really think that, you know, like well-known like celebrities are going to talk about antinatalism or try to get the message out? Hell no, man. People will suppress that, and people will just try manipulating you into believing that, you know, we need to just keep having kids, we need to keep reproducing and reproducing, you know. We just need to keep having the population go higher and higher and higher, which doesn't make any sense at all. That's not what we should be doing. We need to be focusing on, you know, lowering the amount of people that exist on Earth. And the way we do that is by not having kids, you know. Eventually people are just going to keep dying and dying, and the population will go lower and lower, you know. That's the key. That's what we have to do, you know. I'm not saying we should kill ourselves or anything stupid like that, you know. I'm saying we should stop having kids, because that's all we need to do, and the human population will go down. I mean, think about it. If everyone just stopped having kids, the population will keep going down, because every day thousands of people are just going to keep dying and dying, you know. Thousands of people die every day. So just imagine people dying, but no one is having kids. So the population will keep going down and down slowly, you know, and it'll take a really, really long time, you know, probably centuries to get to where we need to be as far as human population going down. But it's at least a start, you know. We have to start somewhere. And, you know, unfortunately, there's no way to make it so, you know, we could separate half of humanity and put them on another planet and then leave half of them on this planet or something like that, you know. There's no way to do that. So over 8 billion people are stuck on this planet, and we're all stuck doing things we don't want to do, and we're all just stuck, you know, in the torturous ways of this world, you know. Going to school, getting a job, you know, having a family, starting a family, having kids, you know. People just go down the same path in life, and it just leads them nowhere, man. People for thousands of years have just gone down the same path in life and it's led them nowhere. And yet people wonder why humanity's not advancing. You know, people are just doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results. It doesn't make any sense, man. People just keep living the exact same lives over and over again. And people don't want to do anything unique or special or something that hasn't been done before with their lives. And they wonder why their lives are so boring and miserable and frustrating and sad and pathetic. You know, this is just the state of humanity, you know. Antinatalism will solve so many things, and it'll solve, you know, our depression and anxiety issues. It'll solve, you know, our environmental destruction issues. It'll solve a lot of things, man. It'll help with happiness overall. There'll be less people on Earth. There'll be more resources for everyone. Think about it. We'll have access to more water, more gas, more fuel. We'll just have access to a lot more things, you know. There'll be, you know, non-renewable resources will become a lot more renewable, and just things will be a lot better if there were less people on Earth and if people supported antinatalism. And that's just the truth, man. No one is wrong for believing in antinatalism. In fact, the people who believe in antinatalism are clearly doing something right that other people are not. You know, they have taught themselves, or they have learned from their environment and from their life experience that having kids is not good and that being born in this world sucks. You know, if we were born in a better world, then sure, it would make sense to want to be born there. But in this world, antinatalism has to exist because someone has to get the message out there that life sucks and that nothing is getting better and that humanity is not getting any closer to evolution. It's just devolving, and just humanity is getting lower and lower as time goes on. You know, we're not getting better, or not we. I'm not going to speak for myself. A lot of people are lowering. You know, me personally, I keep getting better and better, and I've never been better than I am today. But most people keep devolving and becoming lower and lower, and people just devolve into bacteria, bro. Like people legit have no IQ and no like attention span at all, bro. People are just completely brain dead machines at this point. And nobody's questioning why the world is the way it is. You know, no one is questioning why people keep having kids. No one is questioning, you know, why are we having kids when life itself is not good, you know? People never think or look around themselves carefully enough to examine the things around them correctly, you know? Why do people never look around them and realize, you know, look at the state that the world is in, you know? This world is a terrible place. Why should I bring a kid into this world and subject pain and suffering and misery onto them, you know? I don't understand why people don't look at it like that. People just look at having kids as a good thing, you know? People legit think that you should be grateful and happy to be in this world, and that you need to, you know, love your parents for bringing you in this world and all this bullshit. But fuck all that, bro. You think I care about being in this world? Hell no, man. I never wanted to be in this world, and I would not give consent to being in this world if I had the choice to give consent, you know? I was brought here against my will, and I had no choice. But if I had the choice and I knew up until this point in my life how my life is going to be and how this world is, I would choose not to be born here. I would rather be born in a different world. And that's just the truth. A lot of people would say that, if not everyone, because this world sucks and we all know it eventually. We all learn it one day or another, you know. We all will learn that this life sucks. We all will learn at different ages, but we all will learn eventually, whether we like it or not. And we have no choice but to accept it or cry like a little bitch. So yeah, guys, remember, antinatalism is a great and amazing thing. It will solve a lot of problems if more people believed in it and supported it. And yeah, we need to get the word out that antinatalism needs to be spread as much as it can so that people can understand the ways of life that antinatalism can provide. It's only going to provide us with a better and more satisfying life. And that's just a complete fact. Our lives will be better. And yeah, man, all I can say is hopefully the future is better and that people become smarter and more aware in the future, and people become more, you know, I hope people open their eyes to this stuff more and clearly see what's going on around them, and that people just realize that antinatalism is a great thing and that having kids makes no sense and there's no point to having kids, because this world is not a supportive place and it does not offer us the love and affection that we deserve. So fuck this world. Better to have never been born here. And yeah, guys, I wish the best for you all. I know you all were put here against your will, and none of you wanted to be here either. None of us wanted to be here. Same with you guys. So I just wish the best for you guys. And I hope you guys learn from the past mistakes of humanity. And I hope we continue to evolve and get better, unlike most people who keep becoming dumber and more stupid as time goes on. So yeah, guys, I wish the best for you all, and I love you.